Fuck the Cowboys on 3. 1, 2, 3. Fuck the Cowboys.
Rawr, rawr,
Yeah, I mean, let me tell you something. The Birds have some juice, Kenny.
I've told you.
I'm just, when you see you see the clips, and you that was Landon Dickerson, by the way, in his pregame speech to the squad Sunday before they absolutely teabagged the Cowboys, which was fucking amazing.
I think I found myself being like, I think I kind of like high volume, high stress games.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, because
I mean, it at least keeps you into it.
in the games when it's like a runaway, you kind of find yourself like the ADD kicks in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
I know you know.
Butterfly in the sky.
What's up, everybody? So it's Tuesday night. We got the long-awaited Joel Embiid, season debut.
Please don't ruin this podcast with
comes out for a couple minutes and promptly disappears. Comes back, emerges with a huge ice pack on his knee. I'm worried. I'm worried about it, man. I'm worried about. I just think they're lying. I think they're lying.
Of course, they're lying. That's what they do. Why would they tell the truth? Fuck the Sixers. Sixers are the worst thing that happened. Ever since they got rid of hip hop, it's been nothing but a disaster.
Kenny has this
the coolest thing ever.
The most incredible child's toy ever. It's the Jack in the Box hip hop style. There it is.
My college roommate won this on eBay auction, and he said it cost him more to ship it. Ah!
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
It's the coolest thing ever. That's the last good thing to come out of Philadelphia Sixers. I fucking hate the Sixers, bro. I mean, how can you not?
Listen, we don't have to go there right now. We can go there. Gordy is all ears. He is the eternal optimist right now when it comes to the Sixers. I get it. I get it because I'm kind of like that with the Phillies, But so I get it. I understand where he's coming from.
Speaking of which, did you see what Scott Boras said today?
No, I did not see what Scott Boras said today.
I think he's ruining baseball.
Well, that's not a surprise.
I will not rest until I get Bryce Harper his extension. Bryce Harper has 7 years, 170 left remaining on his current contract.
Okay, so 7 years, 170. So in reality, what we're talking about here is they're going to call it an extension, but what it is raising him to the level of what he should be getting paid.
Agreed, but it's just like
that's what it is, though.
It doesn't look great. You know what I mean?
I mean,
I hear you. I mean,
what is he a top 4 player in baseball?
Yeah, I know. I mean, we talk about this all the time. It's like, what's your worth? What do you deserve? Blah 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 blah. I guess when you look at the numbers and you go 7 years, you know what I mean? Like, I would almost respect him more if they were just like, we need to get his his pay up to what it should be.
I guess I just don't. That's like the only way I see it. I don't.
And you're speculating.
I am, but I just don't see that. I don't think that they actually think he's going to play until he's 44.
So yeah, and I guess I guess you just give him all the money he wants, and that gives him money right now, and then you back end that off that contract. You know what I mean?
Well, but since there's no salary cap in baseball, that's why asking for an extension just means that he's going to get paid $20 or $30 million for a couple years after he retires. Like, who cares? Who cares?
Just do it. Just fucking do it and move on.
Yeah, like it's not a big deal.
While you're at it, I can't wait till they trade him. I can't. I'm excited.
It's so funny, dude. Like the 180 that has happened.
You blame anyone though?
No, I was like one of the first guys out on Bohm.
No, but I mean, I feel like you were a little critical this whole year, and then like you got to have your like ta-da moment at the end, like welcome moment. You know what I mean? Like, because he did have a great year. I mean, no one's
Yeah,
saying that.
he
But,
did.
like,
He did.
he's a mental midget.
But the writing was on the wall, for me 2 years ago. Just you just saw like there's just certain things you see, and I just don't think he's got it. I don't think he's ever going to get over that mountain. And I could be
He
wrong.
ain't got the juice.
I could be totally wrong, but I don't think so on this
I
one.
mean, he's gonna go play for the fucking Angels, and he's gonna hit. You know what I mean? 300 home runs.
Yeah, he'll bat 285 and
Yeah, he'll be a big fucking deal.
Yeah, but he's just not it. He's not what the Phillies need. And you know what?
I'll tell you.
The Phillies
he's not.
the Phillies have a fucking bull sitting in the stable, buddy, for third base.
He's not Mark Vientos. I'll tell you that fucking much.
No, he is not. And
I shouldn't even know who Mark Vientos is.
I know, right? But you do, and the fact that you do,
good.
the fact that you do tells you everything you need to know. That dude's a baller, and it's evident from day one. So,
Well, I would argue that it wasn't evident from day one. It was evident from whatever day he got called up.
Well, evident from the day that we knew his name. I'll say that.
Incredible that these guys kind of waste away elsewhere. You know what I mean? Like,
look at this checking in, Rob Spitz. What's up, Rob? Thanks for the shout out. Daniel Barry, what's up, bro? On YouTube. Thanks for hanging out.
Is that a Lakers banner?
No.
Yes, that is.
Dan, are you a Lakers fan? Kenny's calling you out for your avatar.
Avatar, which by the way,
Rob,
is the second one worth it?
There's no way that the second one was as good as the first. There's just not.
It rarely ever is.
You know how it is, unless it's Godfather.
That's when I thought that I've never seen them
or Home Alone. Wait, you never seen Godfather?
Let me rephrase that.
My God! Oh my God!
I think we watched it at Oaks. Me, you, Joe McCann, and Mike English. I think we watched the first one, but
we probably did.
But I don't think we did anymore. Remember when Mike wanted to watch the Friends series, and we were all like, "What the fucking fuck? We're not watching Friends." The Friends. Chrissy tries to get me to watch that shit all the time. Like, this is fucking pitiful.
Nah, so we pivoted to Trailer Park Boys.
I don't know. Office. We did a lot of Office.
But we did Trailer Park. Did we do Trailer Park Boys while you were there?
No, you know what it was? It was Breaking Bad. We did a lot of
Breaking Bad. Yeah.
That was right at the hot time of the season finale, and Joe had to catch up.
Breaking Bad was a good fucking show. So was Better Call Saul, actually.
Yeah, I lost interest in it. It was kind of a little boring. I might jump back into it though, because I do like Breaking Bad a lot.
Yeah, it was very good. Very good.
Villanova sucks. This should not be surprising.
No,
can't lose like one of the best college basketball coaches and hire some fucking scrub.
Well, and Jay Wright saw the writing on the wall, dude. He saw how he saw how college basketball was changing. The whole thing.
NIL.
Yeah, and being Villanova, you
have a window. You have a window, and it quickly closes.
Exactly. You're not going to be perennial.
No, but you could argue that that Villanova squad, those 2 championships.
Oh my God, they were legends.
It was so great, man. That
shot, hitting that shot was, oh God, I get goosebumps.
It just sucks that those are the championships. Like I'm a Villanova fan, but like I get to hang my hat on that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's
but they did beat Duke. You know what I mean?
College basketball championships just don't hold the same weight for a city.
Yeah, right. But it's also hard, right? Because it's like, if you look at what lines up, I had this one dude. He was like, "You're not from Philly, or you can't be a Philly fan if you don't root for Temple." I'm like, the fuck?
And what sport?
in football, and I'm just like, well, you're just fucking circling yourself here.
My
It doesn't
God,
even make any fucking sense. There's like literally no requirement for those two. You know what I mean,
dude. Half the people that live in Philly root for fucking Notre Dame.
Jake?
No, I'm just saying, like it's a popular team in Philly. You know, like
Yeah.
Irish Catholic.
Well,
You know what I mean?
yeah, I was just gonna say we have that whole Irish Catholic thing to deal with. All right, let's do that. What do we want to do? What do we want to tickle first? You want to tickle my lawn story, or do you want to tickle?
Well, yeah.
You wanna
Let's.
save
Why
that?
don't we start? Why don't we start with Leafgate? Because usually what happens is we go on for an hour and a half, and then Kenny tells us funny stories at the end of the podcast, and no one probably hears them because you can't make it an hour and a half with us fucking blabbing the whole fucking time. Look at this fucking Thibodeau. Jesus Christ, this guy. He needs to put a hat
Am
on.
I behind?
My God. Look
I'm on a commercial. What are you on?
Nah, I'm watching a Thibodeau interview.
Oh, you're ahead, way ahead.
Oh, we're gonna have problems. I'm watching the game. They're playing already.
Yeah, I'm still on a commercial for Fox.
Oh my God.
This is the problem.
We got a problem.
Walmart commercial. It better be Tibby's.
Make sure
It's
you're
not-
on.
it's
Make
not-
sure you're live. Like pause it and make sure you're live.
I said I was. You know, I got to get the app for my for the iPad. That's the problem. Here.
Yeah.
I'm going off the internet.
Yeah, they're
It's a
punishing you.
tomorrow problem. So I am being shamed in my neighborhood.
So Kenny has Leafgate 2024 happening, because he's probably the kind of guy who, listen. Here's the problem when you're in a neighborhood. You know, when you're in a place where there's houses next to you, and you know, you got all these issues with people in their fences and their tree limbs hanging over your fucking fence. And, you know, the guy's got his dog shitting in the fucking park across the street. So, what's Leafgate? What's Leafgate 2024?
All right. Well, I think it's absolutely fucking asinine to collect collect leaves when there's still fucking leaves on the trees. It's fucking asinine. I'm not going out there more than once. I'd like to just get my fucking mower, chop them all up, you know what I mean? And then I vacuum up the ones. I have a leaf vacuum cleaner, right? And fucking vacuum the ones that are all over my house. But my neighborhood is shaming the shit out of me. I had two neighbors. Hey, when are you gonna start working on your leaves? Right? When are you gonna start working on your leaves? The fuck? What do you mean? When am I gonna? It's none of your fucking business. What the fuck?
They saw you outside and they're like, "Yo, when are you going to start working on your leaves, man?"
100%. Yeah.
You should have said, "No, I'm not."
In my defense, I texted you and Dake when this happened, but in my defense, I was really stoned riding the mower, getting the fucking, the gasoline, you know what I'm
Yeah,
trying
you got to
say, the
run that
stabilizer.
run the carburetor dry.
So I'm pretty confident that if they would have just saw me whipping around in the lawnmower, wondering what the fuck I was doing, because the blade wasn't down, like, because I wasn't, you know what I mean? I'm not cutting. I'm trying to get the fucking juice through. And so yeah, he's like, "Oh, you're gonna start your leave soon?" And I was like,
Rob has live comments like, "Let them blow in their yard."
"That's what I'm saying, Rob." You know, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, "Dude, you just moved into the neighborhood. Like, you've only been here for a month and a half, 2 months.
What's this guy so gung ho about your leaves?
You
If he
don't
wants
fucking tell me about
tell him
the
to come
leaves.
clean your fucking leaves up. What is
That's
he?
what I'm
Is he
fucking saying.
is he buying the bags at Home Depot too and fucking shoving them in the bag too?
I'm not doing it, Dave. I refuse. I used to do it in Phoenixville. I used to go out there with Sheba with the fucking
doing
big ass rake. I'm not doing it. I'm fucking done. I don't fucking care if there are leaves in my yard in the middle of summer. It's just not a priority for me. It never will be. It's just a waste of fucking time. I see these guys out here.
I need
every
somebody.
Saturday.
I honestly, Kenny, I need somebody to explain to me why it's a priority for anyone. Because do you know what dirt is? You know what it is? It's leaves.
Well, here's the problem, and I realized it this morning when I went to work. It was leaf collection day today.
Okay.
So the borough comes around and
probably
picks
the
up,
first of like whatever 2 or 3.
yeah. I bet you I think it's in like marking period, so 4, right?
Okay.
And I'm like, so I get what they're trying to say to me, but like I'm not gonna fucking do it. First off. If you're unaware, I have a 16-month-old. My dog just fucking died. I got no energy to worry about some fucking motherfucking leaves. Now, I will vacuum the ones that are on my patio because that inconveniences me, you know. But now, I'm going to start fucking blowing them into people's fucking yards.
Oh, got it.
Unfucking believable. The treatment I am getting in this fucking neighborhood.
I'm not surprised.
Bullshit.
I'm really not. I'm really not surprised. And you know what? People, it's so bizarre, this whole Leaf thing. And
I don't get it. I thought you would have been one that's like, I thought you were a Leaf collector.
oh my God, Kenny, you've been here. Like, what the fuck?
I know. Well, you don't need to worry about it there for sure. But like, what's the big fucking deal? Like,
Here's what I do.
funny.
Here's what I do though. I blow them off the roof. I blow them out of the gutters.
I have gutter guards, dude. The best investment.
I know. I need to do that, but we're not going to do that. I'm not doing it until we replace the gutters.
That's fair.
Yeah,
it's worth every fucking red cent, man. I don't have to deal with that shit.
Yeah,
it does not interrupt with my life. You
for
know
sure.
What I mean?
And that would be a huge day for me when I don't have to climb a ladder and clean my gutters out. That would be a great.
You know, it's bad when it starts like sprouting, like the acorns start sprouting.
Oh no, I don't get that. I don't get that far because
in Phoenixville, I had no fucking idea.
When there's a rainstorm, well, mine aren't high. It's like 8-10 feet off the ground. You know what I mean? So I can get to all of them. It's not hard.
Yeah, well, same problem with Phoenixville. I just didn't do it.
Well, you were a single dude living in Phoenixville. Like, I wouldn't do it either.
Yeah.
You know, shit's different when you have a family. But so I blow them out of the gutters and I blow it off the patio, you know, and out of the driveway as much as I can and just blow it out. I bought this fucking huge backpack fucking blower and it's awesome. But, you know, I'm not going to walk through my fucking yard and blow all the leaves out. Are you kidding me? No way, dude.
It's preposterous that this is even suggested to me. And, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. Fuck off. I can't imagine going up to someone and be like, so you're going to start collecting your leaves? No. And also, I still got a shit ton of leaves. You know what I mean? Like, they're not done. I'm most certainly not going to do that. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a fucking boomer. I don't fucking know.
No, I really don't think so. I don't know of anyone that's chomping at the bit to be like, yo, man, I can't wait to go out and clean up my leaves this weekend.
And they're like, you know, he was out there the other day and he ran over something with his mower and a mower popped off. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, this is why, like, this is embarrassing now. Now we have to have this conversation. I know you can't cut your grass. So congratulations. You nipped.
You know what you should do next spring when you're out there, like, you should be the guy out there on mowing the grass and just be like, yo, when you going to mow? When you going to take care of your grass? You good? Do you need me to help you out?
Well, I also like you said, like I'll throw mulch right on top of the fucking leaves. If I mulch the bed.
Yes.
Again,
that's what they are. That's what they literally are.
That's not something I'm like looking forward to doing. Like sometimes I just skip it entirely, you know what I mean? But sometimes I'll get out there. Sometimes I'll pay someone to do it. It just depends, you know? This year, didn't do shit with them. I still got to trim all my fucking hedges and my bushes and shit. But, like, listen, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, listen, I'm never paying anyone to come to my house and spread mulch because...
yeah, you'll spend $1 million.
We have to hump that shit ourselves. That's just
not happening. What? Speaking of which, can we talk about landscaping pricing? I have a little Japanese maple. It's probably a 10-foot tree, maybe. That seems kind of high. It's probably not a foot.
Rob, you crazy. What? So what has happened with the tree?
It's in the front of my yard, and like it's kind of a bitch to cut around, right? Because like I have a riding mower, so it's like So I asked my landscaper to edge it and like put rocks, or you know what I mean, like make it look nice, you know?
Yeah.
He's like $350 fucking bucks. I was like, bruv, no. You're expensive.
How much is the material on that?
I can't. I mean, at least half that, if that. I mean, we were talking about fucking digging a hole, a shovel, which I already own, and like 20 fucking bricks.
The problem is, the thing that sucks is you're digging a hole. You're digging the hole, but it's not like a hole. It's like, it's an annoying amount.
So it's like if you like ever shot someone in the face, you got to peel back the scalp. That's kind of what you're doing with the grass. You know what I mean?
You got to like sod. You got to like sod the.
It's a bitch. I mean, it's not something I'm gonna do ever. I just was like, you're here. I just gave you $4,000. You know what I mean? Like, what's the rest? You know what I mean? Like,
we got a Navy fan up in here, Steve. Remember Steve from Simplex?
Yeah.
He's a Navy boy, cheering for the fucking midshipman, who I think, the midshipmen.
Give me Army. Give me Army.
No, they're not playing Army yet. You
I
dumb.
wish I fucking had the Lee Corso hat. I would have just fucking threw the Army one on
The
right
fucking-
now.
The fucking what's that
Mascot
guy?
head?
Yeah, what is that guy? I don't know. I don't know. You know what he looks like.
No, I don't know who the fuck he is either.
I don't
He's
know.
cool.
Is Navy in the top 25?
No, I think they trickled out.
Oh, but you know who is in the top 25?
Army's probably at 22, right?
Army is 25.
25. They didn't move. They were 25 last week.
Backfilling is way easier. See, we're getting good pointers here. Steve, that's a good point. Could always dig the hole a little deeper and then backfill it back in there and make it exactly how deep you want it to be. Good point.
Well, and also then at that point you probably don't need rocks, but then you get grass that goes through it. It's just like, you know what it's like, man. This shit, owning a home is not worth it. If I could redo my life,
Oh, no,
I
it's
would
worth
rent. I would rent. I would rent.
I would rent.
Rent and live off the land like my grandpappy.
Well, if you're gonna homestead, that's a whole different conversation.
No. I'll
They
tell
got,
you what,
they
though.
got Starlink now. You can have Wi-Fi out in the woods.
The utility card I bought from the dead guy for like $25 was the best thing I ever did. For your lawnmower, you hitch it on the back there, and you got a fucking little cart that you drive around, with rocks, stones, mulch, whatever. You don't have to lift any of it.
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah, I know. You probably have a fucking John Deere one. Us poor people have to buy them from dead people.
I do have it, but mine's an old hand-me-down John Deere one, so it's beat to shit. You know what I mean? But it's still.
He also gave me
love
his TV. That piece of shit 32-inch TV I have. It says Spectra.
I remember that.
He didn't give me the remote, so thanks, John.
Old Ken Donald had a farm.
Back here and a back there, everywhere.
Listen, I will be the first one to admit that I'm Dave Donald over here. It's fine.
Dave's cutting up all his grass and fucking planting pumpkins.
We did plant pumpkins. Actually,
I knew you fucking did, you fucking Halloween fucking bitch.
We have. Shit. We have a garden up there. We got to get on that shit though. We didn't really do much of it this year. We went to vacation, so.
Oh, first world problems. Dave couldn't garden because he had to fucking go on vacation.
Listen, it was our 10-year anniversary, man. Suck it.
10 years.
10 years.
I'll be lucky to make it to 3. All right, so we have a sports podcast. We didn't even do it.
So the Eagles teabag
And that's
the
the
Cowboys.
problem because they fucking blew them out. What are you gonna bitch about? The curtains?
Yeah, and see, here's the thing. So we do need to get into this a little bit because Kenny's calling me a hater.
Dave is a hater. Now, no one look at my ass when I walk away.
Why is your ass? Where are you going? Where's he going? I don't even know where you're going. What are you getting? Kenny just went to the fridge to get a Gatorade or whatever it is. Snapple. Snapple. Ah, okay.
I saw you drinking one, and I said, "Ooh, I haven't had a seltzer."
Let's go. All right. So yeah. The bubbles out the nose. What are you, my 5-year-old?
It's spicy. That's what one of my nephews says.
Spicy.
I don't want that spicy water.
So Kenny's calling me a hater, and
Are you not a hater?
it depends. What are we talking about?
Oh well, I guess tell the people.
So Kenny asked me a question, and I'm trying to look up the exact question because I don't want to paraphrase it, and I want to make sure that it's the right thing. So let's see. Let me find it in the chat.
Do you think Fletcher Cox is listening right now?
I mean, if he knows what's what, he's listening right now.
I'm pretty sure he's still with Ted.
Ted, what's up, dog?
I don't know. He might be listening.
Yeah, well, Ted said he doesn't listen to us because we burp too much.
And I literally just burped 2 seconds before I said that, so.
All right.
It's probably better because I'm putting my 2 weeks in. Surprise!
All right. So Kenny sent me a message, and he is saying that I'm a hater, And basically, my thing is that I just don't think that the Eagles are. I don't think that the Eagles are like elite as a team. I I don't know if that makes me a. I don't know if that makes me a hater.
What more do you want them to do for you?
No, what they're doing is fine. All I'm saying is that like when you watch the things that happen, all I'm saying is that there are signs that against a good team they will fail.
What since the Browns game makes you believe that though?
Well, no, nothing because look who they've played since the Browns game. I mean,
But that's not so. That's such a fucking cop out.
it's not. It's not a cop out.
What do you
What's
want to do? What do you want them to do?
nothing? They're doing exactly what they need to do. They've looked great. They've won every game. Jalen Hurts has taken care of the ball until the last.
If they win, when they win on Thursday, you're gonna say, "Well, it's still just the Commanders, right?" Like
No,
you
it
you
depends.
and most of these fucking people are fucking goalpost movers.
No,
is
not
what
not
I
if
call you.
not on Thursday. If they show up and they handle the Commanders at home, I will not say it's just the Commanders. No, because
All right.
that's a legitimate. That's another team that is doing the same thing that the Eagles are doing. They're beating teams that they should.
Yeah, but they look more like the 2020. What year are we in?
2024.
So they look like more like the 22-23 team, right? Where the Eagles looked dominant, and then the wheels fell the fuck off, right? Like I don't think the
So
Commanders.
you mean last year? Last year.
Yeah, the years all blend. I think that should be I think that's who that team is.
Well,
Something-
what I'm saying is if you let the Commanders come into Philly and they beat you with a rookie quarterback, that's a problem.
Yeah, but he's playing like not like a rookie. The problem is their defense is really fucking bad. So if the offense can't handle that, then you have some issues, right?
I do. I would.
I don't know. Keep going. I'm stuck in this like back and forth emotional hurricane of like, do I hate Nick Sirianni? Do I hate James Franklin? Do I like James Franklin? Do I like Nick Sirianni? And like, I'm struggling. Like not even trying to make it about Penn State, but like that was the most dominant win I've ever seen under James Franklin ever. I don't care if it's Washington. I don't care if they're 5-4. I get it. But that was from start to finish the most dominant win he's ever been a part of. And then I look at Nick Sirianni and like
face your microphone toward you.
Yes, Daddy.
Like point it at your face.
Am I too soft?
No, it's like you're it's like you're changing fucking it's weird.
Fucking Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson over
Oh
here.
my god, fucking dodging and weaving the microphone. No, I hear what you're saying. I just don't
Why would Fletcher Cox come out today on Up and Adams and say what he said? Basically, like, I've had respect for Nick Sirianni since day one. All he does is win. He's a great coach. He's a great motivator. And it's just like, and this is the whole thing about, like, fucking Slay hate and the Jalen Hurts hate. Like, we have no fucking clue what goes on. And the only information we have, we're going off of what, like, ESP says or Joe G says or, like, these troll fucks, So
or whatever they want to give us, whatever morsels they want to say in a press conference, like
correct. And my eyes showed a team who barely beat the Browns, who the team could have folded under, but they responded the next following week. You know what I mean? And even after the losses, like they lost to the Falcons. Now that probably felt like should have been a win and wasn't such a big deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that should have been a win.
They responded. And then what was the other game they lost? They can't even remember it. They got blown out by Tampa Bay.
Yeah, the Tampa Bay game. Yeah.
So, like, that's, like, the biggest proof in the pudding that this team responds to Nick. I mean, they do, There's no way around it. Like, they came out that next week, and it was against Saints. Was the Saint? No, it was Saints Bucks, and then. But regardless, like they played really well, and the Saints game's so funny to me because like that was like the glimpse of this defense, and I don't know what happened the next week. Well, I'll tell you what happened. We had no AJ Brown or Devontae Smith, and I don't care who the quarterback is, they're gonna fucking struggle. Agreed.
Yeah, totally.
And they probably win that game if they have either one of those guys, because again, like we talked about, that Hurts was a fumble away from at least taking the lead there with a couple minutes left in the fourth, you know?
Yeah, the one thing that's weird though about that Tampa Bay game is when you go back and look at it is how Baker Mayfield just absolutely railed them. I mean,
I feel like Baker Mayfield's a good quarterback.
that's fine, but now you're making the argument. You're making the argument right now, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, go through them. Who do they play? What quarterbacks have they played?
Yeah, I mean they beat
Kirk
Joe
Cousins,
Burrow.
and they beat Kirk Cousins. I don't want to hear anything about Kirk Cousins. He's
No,
a
they
good
didn't.
quarterback.
They
That's
didn't.
right. They did beat Kirk Cousins. I don't want to hear anything from anyone. They did.
They didn't though.
Fuck, one fucking drop from being 8-1. God damn it.
I know it sucks. But so they beat Jordan Love.
Good quarterback. Not great. Not by any means. Just good.
Right, young, right?
Yeah, young and good.
They did not beat Kirk Cousins. They beat Derek Carr by a field goal.
Who fucking cares about Derek Carr?
They lost to Baker Mayfield. And then they beat everyone else. So they beat Deshaun Watson. They beat Daniel Jones. They beat Joe Burrow.
That's a good win.
They beat Trevor Lawrence. And they beat Cooper Rush. So
okay, first off, Cooper Rush is an all-star.
Okay, you need so let's reel it in a little bit. Is all I'm saying. That's literally all I'm saying. Have they shown up and won the games they need to win? Yeah, 100%.
But they haven't done that. Remember the last 6-7
Totally.
games of the season.
Totally. They folded last year, and I don't know why. I don't know what the fuck happened, but they did. And so
I think they made a mistake with the Desai thing.
that makes sense. That tracks with
honestly,
the timeline.
Who looks at Matt Patricia and goes, "This guy's gonna be great"? You know?
I don't know. What are you trying to say?
He sucks.
Never judge a book by its cover.
I think Nick just took over from Brian Johnson at some point during the year. I think Nick was just like, "We're fucked. I'm just going to try my best with my offense."
Which we pretty much know Jalen Hurts cannot run Nick Sirianni's offense.
Which is fine because you need.
Totally.
Listen. If in the beginning of this year we talked about what does Nick Sirianni bring to the table, right?
Yes.
Okay, and we agree. While there are many questionable decisions by Nick Sirianni, he is a motivator. The team plays for him. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind. I don't think there's anyone on this team that's like, "Ugh, Nick Sirianni's our head coach." I think they all generally love him. I really do.
I do too, but the one that I don't know about is Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, and I hear that, but if he doesn't really need to,
don't you think it's weird that he literally never. It's weird.
What? Literally never what?
He literally never goes out of his way to say anything positive about Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, but the problem with Jalen Hurts is he's like this mysterious Instagram walking quote. Like, also, honestly, like I've seen more emotion out of Jalen Hurts this year than I've seen.
Oh, on Sundays he looks like he's in. He's in, man. He's fucking in. And I have no doubt that this team is, and playing that clip from Landon Dickerson and like hyping up the squad before the game, like they're fucking they have some juice, and it does start with the coach. It does. So absolutely, acting like Nick Sirianni has done nothing for this team is absolutely ridiculous.
Which we were all worried about, and I think we were even worried about it going after the Bucks game. We were like, what do you do? What do you do?
And they spent the bye week and they came back and he showed us what he does.
100%.
And ever since, all they have done is win.
And convincingly.
Against teams. Listen, and again, there has to be the caveat of against teams that they should win against, right? They should.
Yeah, but no one. I feel like no one's just blowing out the fucking Bengals, though. You know what I mean?
No, the Bengals is definitely the best win in that group. No question. So then you go, a little like one step beyond that, and you start looking at like what they have left, right? And what
Let's
they
do
have,
it.
yeah. So what they have left is what is it? Is it 6? Is it 8 games?
7.
I think it's
7.
8. It's 8.
Oh, because this is week 10.
Yeah, so it's 8 games left. So let's take it by. Let's just go week by week. So Washington on Thursday.
Split. So
Gut feeling.
1.
So
I
they'll
think they
win.
win.
So they'll win
I
the
think they
home
win.
game, lose the road game.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and that's kind of how I'm looking at it too. I think that they need to split with Washington at a minimum. They can't.
I think it's more important to win this week than it will be whenever the season comes winding down, because then you can just start saying, "Oh, well, we rest this player. We didn't do this. We had things locked up. We couldn't do better than this." I just feel like that is a trajectory for them. Go on.
Possibly, but before we continue, that's I don't think that they're going to have like some locked up, like they're going to need to play those last 3 weeks.
I know, but it's going to mean less when they lose one of them, because then they're going to be out of the first round bye.
So this week they have the Commanders at home. I think that's not a must win, but it's a game that they need to win. I'll say it that way.
Yeah, no, and even there though, they don't need anything yet. But it would be a great win. It would be a good win.
I will say this: if they lose, it puts the doubt into your head, because again, now here we go.
It's a divisional rivalry on a short week.
It's a home game. Penny, they're home.
I know,
they can't lose home games.
We've done this. We've done the home games against the division rivals when they should absolutely fucking slaughter them, and they don't ever do it.
Prime time home game. You can't lose this game.
Yeah, I hear you on that. I do. I just don't think it shows you anything.
Week after that is the Rams, and that's at the Rams, which is that's a factor.
Cross country.
I think that game's slippery. I do.
It is. But the Rams all year have shot themselves in the foot.
Totally, and the Eagles' defense is good, so
yeah.
They should be able to hang with the Rams, like no problem.
But okay, let me ask you this: if they beat the Rams, is that not a good win?
No, I think it is a good win. I think that the Rams are a slippery team, and I think that going to the West Coast and beating the Rams, I think that's a good win.
And that's Sunday night, so it's longer. They have like the 10-day bye.
That is Sunday night, yeah. So, okay, and then
also, they benched some key players against the Cowboys in the fourth, also. So freshness.
Yep. And then they come back the week after, first weekend in December, and they play at the Ravens.
I think it's going to be close. It's going to be a nail biter, but I've seen enough Ravens football to know that Lamar Jackson's going to win that game.
Right. It just seems like the with the Ravens, like you need to like beat them by 2 touchdowns, because if not, they're going to come back.
And you almost need, and I'm saying this lightly, people, we almost need like aggressive Nick.
Yeah.
To take a team down, and I think he was like, well, I guess they probably weren't worried about the Cowboys. They were just like, it's Cooper Rush. They haven't done anything. They're 50 fucking yards total. We'll just kick these field goals. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Well, see, this is the thing that I'm worried about. You're bringing up a topic that I'm worried about. See, last week we haven't really had to worry about Nick, because as far as his decision making, especially last weekend, because there was no decisions to be made. They just fucking destroyed them. So, 2 weeks ago, he made some of the most bonehead decisions I've ever seen in a blowout game, and it almost ended up costing him at the end, but it didn't.
Could you imagine?
No, I couldn't. I couldn't imagine if they would have lost that game. But going for 2 up 16-0 is the most asinine decision I've ever seen.
Well, and especially because you made the point after already.
It's dumb. It's just stupid. So I digress. That Baltimore game is possibly the one where, that could be that could be a statement game for the Eagles. Like that could be a flag in the ground game. It could. I don't know if it
I
will.
wanted to go to that game.
Yeah, I was looking at tickets. It's like fucking over
$500. No big
Yeah, it's
deal.
like $400 a ticket. I'm not going. Then they have Carolina at home.
L.
And then they have the Steelers at home.
I will be at that game.
And that, I think, is another game where you need to show up. I don't know.
If you go 2-2 against the AFC North, I feel like you can't really bitch.
Yeah, but you're looking at it from a different. You're looking at it from with rose-colored glasses. Talk about moving the goalposts.
Why?
You're like, oh yeah, but you go 2-2 against the AFC. Okay, but you beat the two shitty teams in the division. You lost to the two good ones.
I feel like saying
Why doesn't that matter?
Shitty.
Why doesn't that matter to you?
Because I feel like saying the Bengals are shitty is not a real fair statement.
All right, they're average.
They're a good fucking team. They keep losing in the most heartbreaking ways. They go for 2 to try to win the game at the end. I don't get that.
I don't know. I don't know why they did that.
Or if you're going to do that, what's that play call?
Yeah, the play call. Well, they missed like 3 fucking penalties on that fucking play.
It was terrible. But I'm just saying at the beginning of the year, if you go, oh, we have the AFC North this year, you'd be happy with 500. I'm just saying you would be. Preseason, game 1, you're happy with 500. I get what you're saying, and we talked about this earlier today. Like, I agree. I really think they need to win one of those games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
2 is amazing. Losing 2.
I would love for them to split against Washington. I would love for them to split against Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Split. Get one of them.
Yeah.
That would be the best case scenario.
And
now,
I think the Steelers are a little fraudulent in the sense of, like, I think their defense is very good. I think Russell Wilson is looking for an excuse to become a pumpkin. I think George Pickens is a very good wide receiver, but I don't know. Like, I think our corners can shut him down, and then the next wide receiver is Mike Williams?
Yes.
Najee Harris is a fucking bum. He's Trent Richardson 2.0. Their line's decent. I mean, TJ Watt's a fucking mess. You know what I mean? He's a menace. Like, they got pieces. Their defense is really very, very good. I mean, they're comparable to the Eagles. I mean, I think we're 5th. I send it to you. They're good. I don't know, man. Russell Wilson, is he going to Russell Wilson, you know?
That's fine.
The Ravens scare the shit out of me.
But, like, you can't see, to me, you can't say, like, why is it okay for you to say Russ is going to Russ, but it's not okay to say Jalen?
Well, no, of course. But Jalen, hold on. But Jalen has showed me for 5 weeks straight that he hasn't Jalen'd. Okay, and if you want to, he threw 1 interception. Like, guys, it's gonna fucking happen.
I'm not gonna nitpick that hard, you know.
The fumbles are annoying. Like, they're just generally annoying, but they're always in the transition for him to run.
Yeah,
so it's like you give him 2% fault there. Like,
no, I don't think, especially the one that happened, like the last one that happened, like.
And again, it's Parsons.
He was literally in transition from taking the ball. Maybe he has to carry the ball some other way. I don't know. Maybe there's something in that technique, you know.
But it was going from loose to tight. You know what I mean? He was getting it there.
Yes, he was. He was tucking it in.
So to me, in my opinion, that Jalen Hurts has played good ball for 5 weeks straight
since the bye.
Yes.
And just so
I thought he played well against Atlanta. It looked like shit against the Saints. The defense won that game. I mean, looked like absolute shit against Tampa Bay, but again,
he played okay against Atlanta. What makes you say that he played well against Atlanta?
Well, I don't know, Dave, because I was in a hospital room.
I'm just wondering because he had like 175 yards. So I'm trying to figure out, like,
I think our problem with the NFL, and I think sooner that we recognize this and accept it, is that like the first 4 weeks don't fucking matter, right?
Now he had 85 rushing yards.
I know, and that's what I kind of just feel like they're getting back to the old. I mean, he looks like he wants to run, not that I should run. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I do know what you mean.
And if you listen to a tape from Joe Burrow, I think last year, he's like sacks are the most overrated stat you could possibly have. Like a third down sack is nothing more than me trying to extend the play, right?
Yep.
Because I know it's third down. So like a third down sacks probably aren't a great example of a sack, right? Because they're doing exactly that. They're trying to extend the play. They're trying to do whatever they can.
Trying to get a third down conversion. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. A first down sack is probably laughable. You know what I mean? Like those are the bad sacks. And second down, I think you can pick and choose how that goes. So I don't know, man. I know what you're saying.
Let's get to the end of the schedule. So you have hopefully split against the Commanders, and hopefully split against Ravens and Steelers. The Rams game is a toss up. I think they will win that game, but it's a toss up. And let's see.
Well, then we have Cowboys, Giants,
and then it comes down to, are they going to sweep Dallas and the Giants? They could. They might not need to win those two games. They might need them both.
What shows you that they wouldn't?
Only them. Like only them getting in their way.
Yeah, the only thing that scares me about the Giants is more than likely going to be Tyrod Taylor.
Is Tyrod Taylor their guy?
I think no. You know who it is?
It's not Tyrod. It can't be Tyrod.
It's Drew Lock. It's Drew Lock. But would that surprise you?
No,
if
and
Drew
that's
Lock beat us?
No, and I could totally see them being like, let's, it's like a game for a little while, and then, if Locke throws like two touchdowns or something, like, all right, fuck it, just get the guys out of it. Let's fuck this.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, the Cowboys, Trey Lance, Cooper Rush, it don't fucking matter. That should be another win. I would assume.
I think that you're right. I mean, I gotta believe, right, that if they need those last two games against the Cowboys and the Giants, that they win those games.
Agreed. If they don't need them, I think they kind of let the foot off the gas. Blah 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 blah.
All right. So at worst, then in the last 8 games, we got them going 5-3.
And I don't know. Is that fucking bad? I think that's pretty good considering how they looked for the first half of the season, first quarter of the season, not half.
No, it's not bad. It's not bad. That would put them at 12-5.
Well, which is what in the old season?
Which is pretty much what everybody thought they'd be.
Dude, Cat's such a dirty fucking player. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it.
He was tied up from the front and the back, and he pinballed his head front and back.
What a dick.
He's such a fucking asshole.
I'll tell you what. I've been catching a little bit of them lately, and I watched that game where it went to overtime, which was a disaster, but they ended up winning. And McCain can actually play, man.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're going to hit on those Duke players. You're going to hit on those Kentucky players. You're going to hit on those Kansas players.
Kid can play.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. So if they can fucking figure out how to get healthy, and get McCain in the mix, and then get, McCain could be a nice little fourth piece with Maxey, Embiid, Paul George.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to disagree. I'm just not going to waste my energies.
Yeah, we just have to see something. Show us something, right?
Wow.
Anyway, we just got distracted. So what? 5-3. What's the upside?
Whoa, wait, hold on. What's 11? What'd you say they would be at 12-5, or what'd you say 12? What'd you say?
12-5 if they go 5-3.
And what is that in the old NFL world? Because that's still using that as my fucking ticket.
Well, it doesn't really work like that because you can't be.
What would it be?
I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say. 12 wins is not 12 wins in the old world.
It's 13 wins.
No.
Right?
No, it'll be the other way.
I'm choosing to take a loss away.
What do you think that? What do you think that? What do you think that the top side is?
What?
They go like 7-1,
No.
6-2.
Yes.
Okay, I think you're right. I agree with that. That's what my like ceiling is. I think, and maybe I'm selling them short. I don't fucking know. The defense looks good. I love that the young dudes are balling. I love watching them out there playing the type of defense that they're playing right now. Zach Bond looks like a real fucking linebacker.
Do you think if the Lions had to come sorry, I cut you off. Go on. Cooper DeJean.
No, I'm just excited about the young players.
I know.
on defense.
I hear. I mean, it's nice. It's nice to hit on draft picks and dude. I watched Mitchell play corner more than I watch any other position as of right now. You know, obviously that changes as the year goes on. He does this thing that just blows my mind. That I'm like, well, why doesn't every cornerback do this? And it's this thing where he I don't know how he gets his fucking hand and arm in there to get the ball. Like, I see it. It's like an alligator, snapping on, a chicken. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's in there, and then the ball's fucking out. It's so impressive what he does with that hand. I don't know how that, he obviously learned it somewhere. And it's a shame that he played at Toledo, because then you probably, well, it's good for us, because I think that caused people not to draft him.
Action.
My fucking brother-in-law, he told me when this all happened, he's like, Quignon's the pick. I'm telling you, if they get Quignon, it's going to change the franchise. The dude could be all pro. Rookie.
I mean, he looks good.
He could be all pro and not be rookie of the year. Isn't that crazy? Because that Jason Vert guy is a fucking freak.
Yeah. And that's fine.
Yeah, who cares?
Right? Exactly. But to be able to find a guy to hit on a guy like that,
and then you hit on Cooper DeJean.
Yeah, that dude's a stud.
I don't understand how he fell.
I don't.
Did they go Mitchell? Did they go Mitchell, DeJean, or did they get someone in between?
We can pull it up because I don't like.
I'm just curious because,
yeah, I don't like.
Honestly, only Howie would go cornerback. Only Howie. But I feel like someone snuck in there beforehand. I almost feel like it has to be someone else.
I feel like we didn't. I feel like we haven't really gone back and talked about much about the draft picks.
Yeah, because I like to see how a year shakes out. And
from what I remember, I'll find it. But from what I remember, it was Mitchell was first, and then I think Cooper was the second pick.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna find it real quick. All right, here we go. I got it. Scroll. Okay, first round, Quinyon Mitchell, 22 overall. Second round, number 40, Cooper DeJean.
And then who was number 3? Do you have it?
And then they traded a bunch, so they traded 4 picks. The next 4 picks that they had, they traded.
That's crazy.
Which is crazy. And then they took Jalix.
I like him.
He seems like he could be a decent player.
Rotation player.
Shipley, who has actually made some plays in special teams. Who knows what he is, but
Why not make him a fullback? Or do you think he's just not big enough?
I don't think he's big enough. But also that's not their style. They're not going to run. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they run it once or twice a game with that linebacker.
Aeneas Smith.
It's too early for him.
Too early, and Trotter Jr.
Special teams player. He might figure it out.
But I mean, really, that's not a bad draft.
No, it's.
You
need production from your special teams, so to suggest otherwise, it is silly.
Yeah, I mean, even to have draft picks playing on special teams that's a good sign.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about Maddox and how much he just fucking pisses me off.
Yeah, but he's gonna be gone soon. It's the changing of the guard, man.
Well, you have to, it's just like this whole thing about trading Slay and all this shit. You need these guys. And what are they doing with Bradbury? They just decided to not open the practice window, just letting him rot on IR.
I mean, they don't need him.
I know, but
this is exactly what we all predicted was going to happen at the beginning of this year.
Question for you.
Maybe he does come back and he has that one game, just like we said, where he like looks incredible. And we're like, thanks, bud. See you later. You know?
I mean, gun to your head, though. Do you want Maddox or Bradbury in that final position? I mean, I want Bradbury.
I want Bradbury. Yeah.
For sure, right?
Yeah. That's what I would pick. Yeah.
Now, you could argue, do they trade Slay and keep Bradbury and Maddox? I mean, I guess. But I think there's no fucking way they trade the captain. A defensive captain. Captain Crunch.
I think since he is here and since he is a captain and since, you know,
Dude,
honestly, when he's healthy, he's not bad.
No.
And like, it's very clear that like the what's the fucking word I'm looking for? Like the way the expectations on players is changing, and it's like it's going through changes. Like, and as far as like what players are gonna do, and like if they really care about like what fans expect from them and shit like that, that's changing. It was like it's morphing for sure, and I feel like he's the kind of guy who's like on the front edge of that. Like he doesn't really give a fuck what we think about what he does. He doesn't care. And the only time he's going to go on there and like walk something back or apologize is when his PR person is like, "Yo, the fans are fucking pissed."
We don't want to listen. We don't want to listen to this for a week.
Exactly. So
here's the thing.
He's not a bad player, honestly.
No, and like, wouldn't you rather have someone like Slay playing and being like if he has a game-winning interception in a Super Bowl, a lot of people are going to feel pretty fucking dumb, I think, in my opinion, because we're upset because he went on a podcast. And like this whole thing with like Barkley, and like I think as fans, we need to be at the point where we're like, they're going to be friends. They're going to be buddies. They go to Pro Bowls. They play each other 2 times a year. Penn State, they both were teammates. Like Micah Parsons and Saquon are going to fucking talk. They're going to chum it up. You know, to lose sucks. If that was a playoff game to go to the Super Bowl, I'm not sure that conversation's happening. I'm also not sure that Slay is going on Parsons' podcast on an NFC Championship week. You know what I'm trying to say? So like,
yeah,
The
definitely.
shit during the regular season can't really matter as much as we, you know. And this is all about like progression and like sleeping on things, right? Because like initially I was annoyed. And then I go to bed. Like I'm a big fan of 24 hours, right? Like outside of Sheba, it's 24 hours. Like I give myself 24 fucking hours to like just figure out what's going on and then get myself over it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like except for the Super Bowl loss, that was 48 hours. But other than that, I'm very good at 24 hours because it's a very important mental rule I have for myself. So and then that allows me to move on and then see a bigger picture, and that's why like I'm less hating on Sirianni as of late. And like I know he almost blew the fucking Jaguars game, but hey, they won it, and it's a win. It goes in the win column, and it's over with. We move on to the next week, and he learned from it. I think. I mean, granted, it's the Cowboys, it's Cooper Rush. It's you can make whatever you want to make out of that.
Yeah, I think that like from that perspective, you're totally right. And as long as we see. Like as fans, as long as we see like improvement and we don't see them making the same decisions or same mistakes, then yeah, we're gonna be cool with it. Now the off the field shit, honestly, in my opinion, it shouldn't matter what they do off the field. It's their lives, it's their time.
A lot of times these guys like so like you think that like they got to Dallas, you don't think Barkley and Parsons went to dinner?
Totally. Fuck yeah. I mean,
and it never mattered when they went to dinner, which is honestly how many dinners have you been to where like it turns away from? I mean, it's especially with me, and I'm not trying to like toot my own horn, but like I'll go to dinner with like a customer, and then it will be like, well, how can we get you to come work for us? You know what I mean? And it's like dinner's like the worst fucking thing because like you're drinking wine, you're having nice meals. You know, it just starts flowing. You're like, fucking
you're stuck.
You know what I'm trying to say? So, like, it's almost fucking worse, in my opinion, than going on a public podcast where everyone can read every single thing that happens from that podcast and watch it live.
It's true because it's more private.
Exactly. And that shit should terrify people.
And here's I guess what I'm saying is like, what's the difference? Like going on a podcast is like nothing compared to these dudes like Snapchatting and fucking texting each other and like they're
100%.
buddies. They're buddies. Who cares?
We have no idea what's going on. I listen. This is guys. This is social media society now.
Yeah, that's exactly exactly.
So like, back when Brian Dawkins was like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you, rip your heart out, and spit in your mouth."
Yeah. MySpace was not even out.
Yeah, he's fucking picking up the rotary phone and calling fucking Troy Aikman.
Exactly. So you're right, and like this generation of player grew up completely in the social media age,
and we're like that weird age, and even you are like a little bit older, but like my like the 90s, man, is very weird because like we were the last of almost everything, right?
I know.
We were the last group of kids to fucking play outside. You know what I mean?
You really were on the back end of that.
Dude, it was I honestly there's no way I would have picked a different year to be born than what I got because it's literally been perfect. Like, you know what I mean? Just everything that you could imagine, everything that worked. You know what I mean? Like on the forefront of the internet. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like it's been a good ride. But my point is, these kids, like, you got to remember, they're fucking they're 26, they're 25, they're 24. They're still, you know, I go look at my fucking record when I was 24, 25. I'm a fucking menace. So like, I don't know, man. I don't care. And that was originally when I saw that, and that's when I texted you and Jerry, and I was like, motherfucking piece of shit. And then I was just like,
it's definitely like a, you know, boomer or whatever take to be like, oh, get pissed off that they went on a podcast. It don't fucking mean shit. And it like, listen, he wants to create his own podcast. Why wouldn't he? Because look at what Jason Kelce and Travis Kelce did. They created that fucking podcast out of nothing, and it turned into like the fucking most popular thing ever. They made $100 million fucking dollars.
Wait, so you're telling me that these guys are trying to set up their career after their fucking vegetables?
Oh, so weird.
I know. Like, I get so beyond that, and like, you know, I think the Avante Maddox thing with like the Fortnite thing, like, honestly, like that happens all the fucking time.
Yeah, right? That was just bad timing to be mic'd up.
We just fucking dislike Avante Maddox, so like it makes it so much worse.
If that was Saquon, if Saquon just ripped off a 25-yard run, and like in between plays, he was like, and he started talking about Fortnite, ain't nobody saying shit. I'd be laughing about it.
100%. Like, it's just time, place, and who is the fucking victim in the circumstance. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we pick and choose who we want to go after, and it's fucked
and
up.
We should absolutely pick and choose to go after Maddox.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying, like, yes, exactly. Some people deserve it, but my thing is like, it doesn't have to be this huge witch hunt all the time. You know what I mean? Like, guys, chill the fuck out, man. There's more shit to be worried about than that.
And you know that if they had fucking cell phones in like Dan Marino's time, you gotta believe they'd be fucking hanging out. Like, let's not act like it's not like some weird thing, man. Like, owners hang out together, right?
Yeah.
GMs hang out together.
Yes.
So it's not worth your energy. It just really isn't.
So Eagles Commanders Thursday night.
You can't get together, right?
I don't think so. I have some shit going on.
All right. Well, let me know sooner than later.
What are you doing? Are you going somewhere, or are you going to watch it at home?
No. I'll go somewhere if you tell me that you can go somewhere.
Okay.
You make it easier if that makes sense.
Okay. So yeah. Do you think they win?
I think they have no other option but to win.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, actually, because
I really feel like they need to feed off the momentum. They need to keep rolling through it.
The timing of the game. It's
100%.
You know, it's where it falls. It's who they just played all these knockdown teams. Like, all right, here's a real challenge.
Yeah,
like,
let's get a.
Yeah.
But again, like
all that stuff. I'm just saying
Bears.
I'm just saying for the fan, like from a fan's perspective, you know.
Listen, they can lose 3 games. The window is to lose 3 games, right?
Yeah.
It would be amazing if they can get home field, just because I don't think the Lions can come here in fucking January late January in an NFC Championship game and hang. I just don't see it. Jared Goff probably threw one of the worst NFL games ever. And somehow that fucking team won.
Yeah. Complimentary football.
But the problem is that like the Texans, we keep crowning them as this like AFC juggernaut. They're not that fucking great.
Well, I think that's kind of just how it is in the league right now, Like,
well, there's parity, right? Like there's more teams than ever.
you telling me the Falcons are, the best team in the South? They're 6-4.
Should be 5-5.
Should be 5-5. Arizona's in first place in the West. Like, what are we talking about here?
They look pretty good though.
Yeah, but that's also because the 49ers have had nothing but injuries.
Good, because fuck them.
Yes, also fuck them. And, Minnesota, like...
I told you, everyone was like, the Vikings are legit. The Vikings are real. The Vikings are going to be...
Their defense has been better than the Eagles.
Okay, that's fine, but Sam Darnold is not good.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be that good if the defense is good.
Sam Darnold or Case Keenum?
They only gave up 7 to Houston.
Sam Darnold or Case Keenum?
I mean, the way Darnold's playing right now, I'm taking Darnold.
He had 3 interceptions.
Dude, he won. Okay, you of anybody, you're always like, oh, it's, a win in the NFL is the hard to win in the NFL.
Yeah, I know that.
What do you want him to do?
If you don't think that Sam Darnold is turning back into a pumpkin, I can't fucking help you. You're telling me that you trust Sam Darnold in any playoff game is absolutely fucking insane.
I don't know if I trust him ever. I'm just saying what he's done.
They are a one and done.
So you got Detroit, Green Bay. Green Bay's still lurking. Like everybody's kind of counting them out, but they're 6-3. They're there.
Problem is, what Jordan Love are you going to get that day?
That's fine.
Like what Hurts are you going to get that day? But the Packers defense is not nearly as good as the Eagles defense.
But there's going to be some moving and shaking with these positions, right? Because
did the deadline happen yet?
Yeah, that did happen. So how many? Yeah.
Was it the quietest deadline of all time?
It always is. Like the NFL deadline isn't usually like a big deal.
I don't know. I mean, that year that they got Jay Ajayi,
I'm pretty sure that the deadline was like last Tuesday or something.
Wow, and the only pick was that 7th round wide receiver that the Cowboys gave a 4th for.
I'm looking right now. The trade deadline was November 5th. I was right. It was last Tuesday.
The Cowboys need to trade for a curtain rod.
Did you see that in the where they do the press conferences with the coaches after the game? Yeah. They have a shade.
Dude, like Mike McCarthy knows he's done, right?
He has to. What the fuck is he? I mean, come on, dude. But that's another team that has had a lot of injuries. Like, I don't know.
You don't survive. You don't survive an embarrassing season in Jerry World.
No, that's fair. That's fine.
I don't care if you're fucking,
No, the only person that survives embarrassing seasons in Jerry World is Jerry.
Yeah, I mean, even Jason Garrett never really put this bad of a season together.
It's pretty good time for Jerry, I think, to like hire a fucking GM, bro.
He's an idiot. He's an asshole. But he's our asshole.
So I just saw a headline for Buster Olney, and we can, we don't have to jump around. But it says the Phillies.
Tell me Juan Soto.
No, it says that the Phillies are the most interesting prediction heard from a rival evaluator. The Phillies land Alex Bregman.
Bruv. It honestly, it makes sense though, because the report comes out they're going to move from Baum.
I know.
absolutely fucking hate Alex Bregman on the Astros. I absolutely love Alex Bregman in Philadelphia.
I know.
I will be a giddy little boy. A third baseman with pop, with winning.
A third baseman that's going to get you 25 homers, no doubt.
Holy shit, bro! That is, and I'm gonna say this. You can take it for what you want to take it for. Sixers fucking stink. Embarrassing.
Also, he's a plus defender too, by the way.
Listen, I know everyone wants Juan Soto, and I get it, and I still think they can make a play for it. But how you make this team better is getting a third baseman, getting another, like obviously like Juan Soto's like elite, but getting one elite player doesn't help you when you can get really great players to fill in the void. That's what I think. Now, I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times. You know what I mean? But if you get a Bregman and you can get a left fielder that's, give me someone.
Well, yeah, and then bring Painter into the rotation and
for sure. Walker's in the bullpen because they're not gonna cut that.
That's fine. He's fine in the bullpen.
Dude. I feel awful for him because I feel like he's like probably a good dude.
He just lost us a little bit,
Yeah, and it happens to these guys. They need a fucking relief pitcher because they're not going to be able to keep everyone, And honestly, I know this is going to sound crazy. I'm okay if Hoffman walks.
Ooh, okay.
I
like him.
He had a good regular season. He had a shitty postseason.
Yeah.
And he hasn't done it before. I don't care what anyone says. He was mediocre his whole MLB career. So I don't think that's some major big loss. I'd like that closer from the Angels, Estevez. I like him.
Yeah, I
like him a lot.
Well, who did you want? Who did you want as a left fielder?
Well, that's my problem. Who's the top? Who are they?
I don't really know who's. I don't know who's available. I mean, you got, Alvarez in Houston. The
guy that smashed that home run and ruined my life.
Yeah,
can you imagine that fucking meat missile on our fucking team? So that's my point. Like if you can get Bregman and the meat missile, doesn't that make you a better team?
Gurriel
than just signing fucking Soto.
Let me see who the free agents are real quick.
Also, I don't want that fucking Profar guy.
Nah,
another one like what have you we're gonna just get him based off what he did for the Padres.
Yeah, this is hilarious that we're talking about baseball right now, but why not? I also saw that D'Arnaud went to the Angels.
Yeah, did you see what I tweeted?
No.
That fucking beanhead bean.
Oh, I knew he was gonna be all fucking.
He fucking.
He probably twisted it. And he was like, "Oh, look at this! Is how much they love Sean Murphy."
No, he did this like tribute to him.
Tribute,
right? Like we're gonna miss him. He was such a good player. And I literally wrote it. I was just like, I said, "Can you imagine crying over a backup catcher? Couldn't be me."
I'm sure he loved that.
I don't even know if he answered me. He don't like me.
Did you do it from the podcast or from the?
No.
Well, you're acting like that does. You don't do that.
I've never done that.
How about Teoscar Hernandez?
He's a stud. He's on roids.
Oh, he's a free agent.
Damn, he blocked me.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Your personal?
No.
He blocked the podcast?
No, he blocked my burner.
Oh, well, that's, I'm pretty sure everybody blocks your burner.
No, you'd be surprised.
Conforto?
The thing with him is he's like kind of old, slow, and white.
Verdugo from the Yankees?
No. We don't need fucking Pitbull. We don't need great value Pitbull.
Tommy Pham? He's old.
He's too old.
So
you're telling me there's not many good. Well, you could put Marsh in left field. I don't know. Do you want to hold another season of Marsh?
I mean, you also could, we have a guy that is standing at first base who, is an elite outfielder.
They're not going to do that.
I'm just saying they have it. That's all I'm saying. I don't think they're going to do it either. I think he stays at first base. I love him at first base.
I think
I mean,
they already said that he was going to stay at first base.
I love that. I love him to stay at first base. What are you doing?
Well,
What are you
do you
doing?
remember-
It's so loud. Would you stop it?
I'm making a fucking bong for myself.
God. Okay. How old are you? 12?
Look at this.
Santander
Oh,
from
he's got
Baltimore.
yeah. He's got a little bat. He's got a bat.
Yeah, he's a right fielder. Juan
Dude,
Soto.
can you do another season of Marsh full time?
No.
I don't think so either. It's so crazy. That 22 team really should have won it.
No, full time Marsh is no bueno. I mean, we've seen enough, right? Listen, if they want to platoon Marsh and fucking Rojas, okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. You know, the loudest people in the room about Marsh are like the women.
I know, and that's fine. Like, listen,
Yeah, I get it.
at the end of the day, these dudes, they're all fucking ripped and shit. Like, fine, all right, I don't care.
Probably Harris voters. Those are going to
Um,
be the ones that are mostly upset about Marsh. And honestly, like, this whole Turner thing is so stupid. Shut the fuck up. Turner's a good baseball player. His defensive numbers suggest that he could be better, and I think he will be. Stott, this is a prove it year for me, just like it was for Marsh and, Marsh. Because, listen, if Bohm comes back, are you upset?
no.
Right, so, like, it's fine. He's fine. He's good. He's not great. He's not elite. He's good. He can get you done.
I think that if Bohm comes back, then that means that they're going to ride him out until Aiden is ready.
I think they trade him now with this Bregman thing. Buster doesn't miss.
Well,
It's rare.
yeah, you're right. You're right. And Buster wouldn't just throw shit out. He doesn't just throw shit at the wall to see what sticks. You know what I mean? He usually throws missiles that have some kind of juice.
Bro, Bregman's a big pickup.
Bregman would be a big move. That's a big move.
Big fucking move. And you know what else they need? They need a backup catcher that doesn't suck cock. All you fucking vibes people out there make me sick. Where were the vibes?
Dude, his head is so shiny.
Who?
What's his name? The Knicks coach. I can't think of his name right now.
Thibodeau?
Yeah, Thibodeau. Yeah.
I turned that shit off. They stink, dude. They're
They're
good luck.
They're down 11. It looks like they're playing in the Atlantic Ocean.
I thought it was over.
No, there's a minute 42 left. They're down 11. I mean, they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose this game. But all right. So real quick, Penn State, probably one of the most dominant wins that they've had in a while.
Oh, no doubt.
And
Another snooze fest as a fan, but like you're just like you really want those games. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean it's all eyes on. Honestly, to be honest, it's all eyes on that Ohio State game.
how fucking selfish is fucking Peacock? I hate it.
Well, and how about? Did you see Joel Klatt?
Yeah, well, are you surprised that fucking pussy ass Joel Klatt from Colorado fucking said that?
I mean, no, I'm not surprised.
Joel Klatt is everything that. Let me rephrase this. Kurt Herbstreit is everything that Joel Klatt thinks he is and wants to be.
Yeah, Kirk Herbstreit is the GOAT.
Put him in your top 5.
Whatever Hall of Fame exists for those guys, that's where he should be.
He absolutely. And I used to think Gus Johnson was on there. But now,
I've never loved an Ohio State player more than Kirk Herbstreit.
no, I mean, there's no doubt. And dude, granted, he's off come February till probably July, but still, like, I mean,
Dude
is
goes
running
hard. He
rampant.
goes hard. Starting it off,
I didn't know.
he goes hard. Dude.
I didn't know that he was bringing Ben around because he was dying.
Yeah, he was bringing Ben around because he had cancer and he was on his.
I didn't know that. So that made it a little bit cooler, even though it took all the press from Sheba and put it to him. No, but I mean, that's crazy because I can't imagine, dude. So basically, if I'm correct, he does Thursday Night Football.
Yep.
And then he does
Game day.
Saturday game day.
He also does hits all day on Friday. like live hits, like wherever he is.
Is he at his house though?
I can't. Probably. It looks like he has like the shelf behind him and shit.
He has to.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, I'm just saying. And then he goes Saturday. He flies out Friday night to wherever he goes. And he doesn't show on Saturday.
Flying all over the place on Saturday.
And then he literally gets in a plane and he is.
And he has to prep. And he has to prep for game day, which they talk about every big game that day. Then he's got to prep for his game that he calls with Reese on Saturday night.
Do you know who sounds a lot like Curb Street and it gets me?
Who?
I call him Curb Street just so I'm meshing Kirk and Herb Street. I call him Curb Street. Okay. Greg McElroy, is that his name, or the old Alabama guy, the ginger? I think he went to the Jets. He got drafted.
Oh! I know who you're talking about.
Dude,
is that his name? Greg McElroy?
It's probably not. I can't speak. But he gets me some weeks. I'll be like, why the fuck is Kirk on this 3:30 call? And then I'm like,
Greg McElroy.
McElroy, that's it.
Okay. Yeah.
I like him. I'll tell you who I don't like.
He's good.
Cole McCoy. You should hang it up. I couldn't believe how bad that was. That was so. And then honestly, the play-by-play guy has a nice voice, and he was pretty good. But he was so terrible being paired up with Colt.
Lost by 12.
Yeah, they stink. And I saw a shot of Cam Payne on the bench celebrating with the Knicks. And it made me like just think to myself like
they're just not ready yet.
For what? The season? Like, what does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, Embiid just played his first minutes of the fucking year tonight. They got to gel a little bit.
They're going to be 1-20 and trying to fucking crawl out. They're not going to rip off 40 straight games.
I think that I don't know. I don't know what I think. We'll see.
I think I don't want to talk about it anymore.
That's fine. So Penn State, does Penn State have any more tests left?
Indiana.
No, they don't play Indiana.
Fucking Indiana.
They got to play Purdue. Big 1-8 Purdue this weekend.
Purdue stinks. Another fucking waste of time. 3:30, right?
They're really bad. That Minnesota game is treacherous, though.
What is it? But they've lost.
Yeah, they're 6-4, but still,
very good team. I'm just saying they're not. You got to win that game, Frankie. You have to win it.
Well, when you look at who they beat, it's like, oh, okay,
Okay, but we can do that with Indiana, and then you get really people upset in your fucking mentions about it.
Oh, if there was the M, they'd be the top 5.
Hey, what does that even mean?
I don't know, because I don't know. So that game is the big game probably this weekend. Or no, is it this weekend or next weekend?
It is this weekend. It's the noon. It's the nooner. And they said that means that Ohio State has played 6 straight games at noon, which I don't know why it's such a big deal.
Wait, no, it's not. It's not this week.
What? Are you sure?
This week is Ohio State Northwestern.
We shouldn't have to play these games.
Skip it. The Ohio State Indiana game is the 23rd. So that's 2 weeks. Yeah, it's 2 weeks away.
I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna hate watch that.
I'm gonna watch it too.
And then let's just get in. What's the rest of Indiana's schedule? Can you please pull it up?
Yeah.
In case anyone doesn't know, I fucking despise Indiana.
Instead of Iowa, it's Indiana now. So Indiana has a bye week this week.
Oh, getting the pussies ready.
Do you know anybody who's an Indiana fan? Because that would be legendary.
Yeah,
podcast.
Let's get that 48-year-old man on our thing.
That guy, he ain't gonna come on our podcast.
He's a miserable son of a bitch, man.
Fuck
Sorry
that
you
guy.
live in Cornfield Central.
Fuck that guy. Go teach a sales seminar. So Ohio State, Purdue. That's a problem.
Is that it? That's all they have left?
That's it. That's a problem.
They're going to get in.
They are.
They're 5 right now. Someone could jump them, right, with a bye week because they're Indiana.
Penn State's not going to jump them.
Well, you can't. So if someone jumps them on the bye week, they drop down to 6. They play Ohio State. Ohio State beats the shit out of them. They're not falling out of the top 12.
But then, so I don't know what the tiebreakers are, and we can look into it. But like, what are the tiebreakers to decide first and second place in the Big Ten?
It's going to be Oregon versus Ohio State
Why?
because that's what they want. I really don't know, but if I have to watch like Oregon versus Indiana, well, it doesn't matter. It's definitely Ohio State, guaranteed.
What do you mean guaranteed?
Is it top 2 teams?
It might be head to head. Like that might be the tiebreaker. Like head to head might be the tiebreaker. But I don't,
Yeah, that's what I mean. So Oregon,
but like, what if
Oregon
you
would
didn't
be
play?
1, Ohio State would be 2.
I guess it doesn't matter because there will only be 4 teams. Okay,
Correct.
So if Ohio State beats Indiana, it's going to most likely be Oregon, Ohio State for the Big Ten title.
Yeah,
And
I
and
don't
then
think there's any other way.
and then you have Penn State presumably and Indiana with 1 loss.
All right, well now you have to look it up because I mean you have to look it up because I need to know.
Look what up.
We need to know what how it works.
Well, I mean the head to head makes sense, right?
Yeah, but if Indiana doesn't play Penn State,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Ohio State would have beaten Penn State and would have beaten Indiana, so that they would go and play Oregon.
Correct, but you still need to know who's third in the division and who's fourth.
Why?
It still matters for just. I mean, in anything, it still matters like bragging wise. No, I'm serious. It matters. They have the records. You can go back as many years as you want to go back. They have records. Top fucking teams. It matters.
All right, hold on. All right, head to head results. So they didn't play each other. So then it would go down to the next one, which is common conference opponents.
Which is fine because we both lost to Ohio State. So what's the next one?
Common conference opponents. They would both have the loss to Ohio State. It's fine. Common opponents with best record. The third tiebreaker compares the team's records against common opponents with the best conference record.
Oh, you might as well just spoke Chinese to me. What does that fucking mean? I mean, what are we doing?
Dude, it gets all the way down to Sports Source Analytics. The fifth tiebreaker compares the team's highest rankings by Sports Source Analytics.
Well, then that would be Penn State.
Yeah, Indiana's not beating them in a tiebreaker. No way.
Why are we even talking about Indiana? They haven't won since '91. They haven't done anything. They're a fucking ass pimple.
What's up, Cody? Go Birds.
We're not on the Birds. I'm fucking getting annoyed at Indiana.
So yeah, so I mean it would be now, could you imagine if Indiana beats Ohio State?
I told you what is going to happen. You're going to have to explain to my family and friends and my wife.
Oh man.
No fucking way, right? Like Ohio State's got to blow them out.
I don't know. I have literally not watched 5 snaps of Indiana football.
Okay, but if you pull up the record pool, and this is like the only reason we're even talking about Indiana is because they're part of the Big Ten. If they were in, if they weren't in the Big Ten or the SEC, we wouldn't even know who.
I don't know. They hung 77 on Western Illinois.
Yeah, cool. What's their record? 1-6. And
what conference are they in?
and you're right. Like Penn State's resume really isn't that impressive if you look at it. Like it's similar, but it's still like I have a problem. It's like the Lions. It's like Lions fans. They're starting to talk shit, and it's just like.
So you have problems with fan bases that are like new to the like success talking shit.
Like you got a little barbecue on your lips and now you're licking them. You know what I mean? Like, relax. Do you think?
Well, let me tell you this: if I was an Indiana fan, and they beat Ohio State, I would talk as much shit as possible.
Rightfully so, and they should.
Yeah.
And you'll find me right
So
there.
is that game in Ohio State too?
You better hope it is.
Oh my god! I mean, yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Their controller is going to be vibrating. And
Oh yeah, that's the fucking meter's gonna be redded out. Not gonna know where X is. Not gonna know where square's at.
fucking stupid.
All right, what are we doing here?
What's
going on here?
I just feel like if Indiana gets in, it's honestly a black eye. It's just a black eye.
Why is everybody waving hats? What's happening here? What did I
Where
miss?
you watching? What are you watching?
The basketball. TNT. But like, why are people? Why is everybody wearing Navy hats?
Well, maybe that's their Veterans Day post.
Okay. I don't know. Okay, so Rob wants us to mention the AFSA night at the casino supporting the Burn Foundation. Is that a public event?
You can contact me. I can get you in.
There you go. If you are interested, it's at the
Crown.
The Crown Hotel in
King of
Prussia, right over there near Wegmans and Chop and all that stuff. It's a good. Yeah, it's right across the street from the big ass shopping center.
No, that's the other one.
It's right across the. It's right down the road.
This is next to Capitol Grill. People, read a book and know your geography.
It's next to Costco.
The fuck is there a Costco back there?
Dude, come on, stop it! It's right next to Costco. You need to stop.
It's next to what's that? Johnny Crab Shacks.
Joe's Crabs.
Yeah, Joe's Crabs. That's it, Johnny's.
No, it's a good fundraiser for a good cause.
Open bar.
I will not be able to attend because I have shit going on.
I will attend.
I have things happening. I have concert tickets that night that we bought 6-7 months ago because that's how concerts work. And Rob, we love you. You should come next week and hang out with us again. We are fucking crazy and we know. So Kenny, that being said, anything left in the tank?
I have so much left in the tank. Fuck Indiana.
So fuck Indiana. Go Birds. And we will
Bregman and the Phillies, guys. Come on. How can I not put a smile on your face? How does that not get you excited? How does that not make you feel something in your tingling and your binglings?
Kenny getting excited about some hot stove combo.
Bruv, you know that's a massive get. You know it.
Major. That could be a power shifter in the division.
Oh my fucking Christ.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, hopefully next week
you realign that. You zhuzh that order a little bit too.
Ooh. Yeah, we're done with the Kyle, right? Kyle 1 done.
I think so, but you never know. He does well there.
Well, if you're in part of that group on Facebook, they'll tell you Topper's a fucking idiot. Kyle Schwarber sucks. Bryce Harper's terrible. The problem with that
Dave Dombrowski.
Yeah, I kind of like that though. The problem with that group is that there's like
the problem with that group is that there's 6 dudes that are fucking absolutely pimples on everyone's ass.
Yeah, they're trolling. They're too trolly. You can't troll that much.
It's too troll. Exactly, it's too trolly. Like too
trolly.
Throw a real comment once in a while.
Once in a blue moon, make me giggle.
I wish that we could join. I wish we could join that group from our podcast Facebook so that we could like talk shit and then maybe have one of them jabronis in here and just smack down on them. I don't know.
They're fucking losers.
I know.
Just like Indiana, the whole fucking state. Put them on the list.
Losers.
Put them on the fucking list. Detroit,
all right.
Indiana.
Let's go. Time to go.
Cambodia. Fucking Kensington.
NFC East Showdown Thursday night. Eagles, Commanders. Let's go, Birds.
Birds by 12.
Birds by 10. Love it.
Love it.
Okay, bye.
Good night, kitty cats. Meow.